Will you please welcome Meklit Hadero, TED Fellow.
Culture is life in microcosm and metaphor. Water is life as well. What happens when music and water intersect? When culture and ecology offer an opportunity for a region to get to know itself in a new way?
You know, on the surface, the Nile is one river. But when you dig a little deeper, you start realizing that it means many things to many people. And unless we begin to understand what the Nile represents to each and every one of us, we won't be able to find solutions that make everyone happy without a sense of compromise. Our ancestors have lived along this river for thousands of years, so it's no wonder we have so much in common. What is really surprising, though, is how disconnected we are from one another. This may have not been a problem in the past, but today, the ways we depend on the river have become so much more complex. Some of us depend on it for drinking, some for farming, some for transportation, some for tourism, and many for electricity. So we need to talk, and not just talk, but also listen and be more empathetic.
We need to have more connection with the people who share with us the same river, who share with us the same life.
The Nile Project is an initiative bringing together musicians from all 11 Nile Basin countries to create music together, to tour the river and source lakes, and tour the world. As it turns out, musicians are hungry for connection. They know that music carves us a path to new understanding.
I started playing the Ethiopian scale, which is, we call it anchihoye here. It's a diminished kind of scale. So it's like all these notes would start creeping in. But then when I use that note, it feels like Sudanese, you know? And I'd be like, okay, I would explore that a little more. And then another note would creep in. And it would be like, oh, this sounds like Egyptian. Like,
people like to see themselves in the mirror. Once we can make music from all the countries within the Nile accessible to each other, we might be identifying some elements of ourselves in those musics. I think that way we can use the Nile and music to unite Africans.
There's a generation of Africans finding their voice. More than half the continent is under 15, and we are ready to tell a different story.
It's all about people. I so believe in this. It's all about people, about their values. Not only their history, about their future.
So last month, I was on Ethiopia's Lake Tana, the source of the Blue Nile. We were perched on this tiny motorboat, and I was singing to myself and watching the clouds make their way across the sky. And I thought to myself, these clouds are the Nile in the sky. The rainfall becomes the lake becomes the river becomes the sea, and all along the way, the systems that feed this river relate even more broadly to the systems that feed all rivers and all watersheds and all of us. We are interconnected, and we want to know what that sounds like.
The Nile is life, but the Nile is also possibly a reconnector that will begin the Africa's reconnection. The population begins to reconnect with itself. We know more about each other. We need to know more about each other. And then maybe some problems will end.
Thank you.